We would like now to give an opportunity to Coach Sweeney to make an opening comment. They tell me I should tell you to make it fairly short.
Okay.
Is that anything? But you make your opening comment, and then we'll take questions.
All right. Well, I'm just thankful that we got the opportunity to be up here because that means that we won the game, we achieved our goal. I'm really proud of our team and our staff. Just an amazing performance, dominant performance. Obviously, we've had some adversity, but these guys stepped up and did an awesome job. I want to congratulate Notre Dame on a phenomenal year. They had a great year and a heck of a football team, for sure. And certainly, I know they're disappointed, but very well coached team and nothing to be down about. Those guys have got it going in the right direction there. But just proud of our guys for the grit and toughness and heart they played with. And I want to say thanks to the Cotton Bowl folks. We've had an amazing week here. The hospitality has been incredible, from the hotel to the police officers, everybody. So we just appreciate everybody's effort to make it a great week for us. And then I want to thank our fans. They were awesome tonight. I mean, it was an amazing crowd, and the energy from our fans was tremendous. But at the end of the day, it's about these guys, and we got a freshman and a senior. Our seniors, what can you say? They got their 54th win tonight. I mean, it's just the leadership is special. And then Trevor, him and number 8 got it going early. That was the spark that we needed, and the big plays were definitely the difference in the game. Notre Dame came into this game hardly giving up any big plays, and we were one of the leaders in the country in big plays. So they're really proud of Trevor and his poise and how he managed the game the whole way through. So phenomenal night. We're going to celebrate this tonight, and we're going to load up and get back to Clemson and get ready to go to California.
Okay, Coach, thank you for your comments. Before we take any questions for our student athletes, I'd like to introduce Carl Ice, the chairman of the Cotton Bowl Athletic Association, who is going to present the Outstanding Player Trophies. The recipient of the Sanford Trophy as the Outstanding Offensive Player is Trevor Lawrence of Clemson, quarterback freshman from Cartersville, Georgia.
Congratulations.
Good job, Trev.
Yeah, you need to get up there. Wow.
Here, I'll step up again. Don't make it hold it too long.
There we go. Good job, Trev. Thank you.
Okay, and for our recipient of the McKnight Trophy as the Outstanding Defensive Player is Austin Bryant of Clemson, a defensive end and a senior from Provo, Georgia.
Good job, baby.
Congratulations.
Good job, baby.
Oh, okay. Coach, did you put your coat behind the helmet? We're not supposed to have that.
Do what?
You put it behind you.
I can't have a Coke?
Well. Okay, now we'll take questions for our student athletes, please. If we've got a question on the side, right, and then we'll go towards the back.
Trevor Groves, CUTigers.com. Seemed like you were really attacking the middle of the field tonight. Was that something that you were reacting to what Notre Dame's defense was doing, or was that something that you caught on film in your preparation?
I mean, a little bit of both. They did a good job giving us some different looks than we kind of expected just because they had a bunch of time to prepare. But I feel like we made adjustments well and just kind of saw that soft spot and took advantage of it.
We got a question on the left side in the middle aisle, 3/4 of the way back.
Trevor, you're up 9-3. You get the ball back with a little under 5 minutes left in the half. Are you thinking you can score twice at that point? What's the objective there?
No, just wanting to score every time we get the ball. So, I mean, wasn't really thinking about the next drive at that point, just trying to score on that drive. But, no, it was awesome. We were able to put it in on that drive and then get the ball back. Defense played great and gave us another chance at the end of the half.
On the outside right, about halfway back, standing up.
Austin, Phil Woodall, 806 Sports Radio in Amarillo, Texas. All the pregame talk was about missing Dexter Lawrence. I know you miss him as a teammate, but it looked like you didn't miss him at all on your defense all night.
Yeah, those guys that stepped up, Albert, Jordan, Niles, they did a phenomenal job. It was a next man up mentality. Of course, we miss Dex. He's a great player and a great personality to have on your defense when times get tough. But those guys stepped in and did an awesome job, and I'm just really proud of them and proud of Dex for, cheering them on and being there for them whenever they needed someone to lean on. So we all came together and played our hardest, and just thankful for the opportunity.
On the center aisle, about halfway back on the right side.
Trevor, Pat Forty from Yahoo Sports. Just wondering what the luxury is or advantage is to throw to a bunch of 6'4" guys and the plays they can make.
There's a lot of them. You saw tonight. It's just those guys. Those guys are unbelievable. I mean, really, just everybody on the offensive line, receivers, running backs, everybody. But they made a lot of plays. Just throw it in their area, and they'll come down with it. So they did an awesome job, and it's just it just shows how good those guys are.
Question on the inside in the middle right.
Austin, Chris Heidel from Herb FM Radio in Baltimore. Just talk about how you control the Irish running game, because they had that Williams guy who ran pretty well against Syracuse. What did you guys do to control him?
Oh, well, going into the game, we knew that we were going to have to stop the run. They have a great offensive line, got some great running backs that can make stuff happen. We had a great plan. We prepared well and put the work in throughout the time that we had prepared for this game, and I think it really showed tonight by us being able to kind of dominate in the run game. So I think it just goes to show that the work that we put in. Coach V gave us a great plan, phenomenal plan, and it worked tonight. So just grateful that he put us in position to make plays.
Question on the right-hand side, standing up.
Ralph Russo with the AP. Trevor, what is about you, what is about this team that has allowed you to flourish as a 10, I think this is start number 10, and that this moment was not too big for you at all?
I mean, you said it's just about this team. It makes it a lot easier on me when you have guys all around you that are just great players and take that load off of you. So, there's not much pressure when you have guys this good playing around you. So, just that, and the coaches helped me a ton, just helping me prepare and getting me ready for all these situations has been really good.
All the way towards the rear on the right-hand side.
Hey, Austin, the fumble on the kickoff, kind of a sudden change. You guys are getting ready to go back out there, and then they overturn it. Can you describe the sense of relief, or what was the sense on the defense at that point?
Yeah, it was definitely a sense of relief, but we were ready to play. We practice that all the time, sudden change. So if we had to go out there and play, we would have been ready. They looked at it and overturned it, so we didn't have to go back out there. But we were definitely prepared. We love to play, and it was just another opportunity for us to go out there and play and have fun. So it's just about how you perceive things and how you look at it. And, thankfully they did overturn it.
Further questions for our student athletes? Got a question on the outside right.
Trevor, I just want to ask you, when Julian Love goes out of the game, how quickly do you guys identify that and then try to go to work on his replacement?
I can't. Probably the series, or like after we came out that series, we noticed that he didn't come back out there after a few plays that he came out. We didn't know if he was hurt for sure, and then he stayed out for a while. So I'm not sure if he was injured or what happened. I know he came back in the second half, but I mean we identified that, but I mean didn't change much. We still attacked him in the ways we thought were best. So obviously he's a great player, and a bunch of guys on that defense are great players. But yeah, I mean didn't change much for us.
Anything further for our student athletes? One more time. Anything for the student athletes? Okay, guys, we're going to release you. You can go back to the locker room. Congratulations on a big game, and good luck next week. We're going to give them a second to get off the stage. Yeah, be sure and okay, we'll start on the right-hand side, standing up. Morgan.
Dabo, Ralph Russo, AP. So when you hand Trevor the job, I know but when he earns the job in September, do you envision not just him leading the team, but being sort of the focal point of the team in a playoff win?
I mean, to be totally honest with you, all I envisioned was him starting that next week against Syracuse. I thought he'd earned that opportunity. I didn't have any vision beyond that. I really didn't. I'm a week-to-week guy, but obviously the situation changed, but I just think he's gotten better and better all year long. But I definitely envisioned him being a great player. There's no question about that. That's why we recruited him. I saw that back in the spring. And after 4 games, I felt like he deserved to go start, and he gave us the best chance to win and play at an explosive level. But he had great understanding and command of what we were doing. So my vision was for him to lead us that next week. And then when things changed, well, okay, well, now we see what he does for the rest of the year. And he just has done an incredible job. Streeter's done a wonderful job with him as well. But he's just so poised, and he's 6'6". I mean, he just sees it, and then he's got a gift of an arm. But I just love his humility and how consistent he is with his demeanor and his preparation day in and day out. Easy guy to coach, and easy guy to get behind and support. His teammates love him.
Question on the aisle right side, and then we'll move into the center aisle.
Yeah, well, I don't have the exact number in front of me, but I think in your semifinal wins, you guys have beaten teams by a score of like 100 to 20 or something roughly like that. And a lopsided game isn't that rare in these semifinal games. Why do you think the semifinals end up being lopsided more often than not?
I don't know. We got our butts beat last year, I'm just thankful that we got back and we had a better result tonight. But I don't know. I mean, we've played well. It's all about these 4 quarters, and I think our guys understand. We believe in how we prepare. We believe in kind of, our system as far as how we get ready for these type of games. But we make every game the biggest game of the year. We really do. And so when you get to these moments, it's just kind of another game. Our Friday is we try to create as much routine and obviously when you're playing in these the margin for error is not very big, but we go into every week with that mindset. We really do. And that's probably the best thing I could say. And then I think how we practice, what we practice against, our structure, our daily structure prepares us for this moment. I always tell them we're built for this. I mean, we're built for this by how we train, how we run our program from January to this point. It doesn't start in August. It's everything is a part of that, to answer your question. But certainly our experience too, is definitely a great teacher. We got a very veteran group, but the biggest thing, if you look over the last 8 years of our program, I just think the consistency in these type of games has come from just the culture of our program and just our daily focus and how we go about on a weekly basis. And then again, how we practice.
Question on the outside right.
Coach Phil Woodall, 806 Sports Radio in Amarillo, Texas. Talk about the game plan that defensive coordinator Venables put together for you, especially with the absence of Dexter Lawrence, because it didn't look like you missed much out there with.
No, I mean we had 6 sacks, which I believe is a bowl record, and that we held them to 88 yards rushing. So the big thing for us was if you can't stop the run, you ain't winning these games. It's just that simple. And we were able to they popped a couple. They had the first play actually was a little cutback on us, but we really settled in and we played well. I thought Albert Huggins did a great job. Albert's we've got good depth, and we went into it. We didn't change anything. I didn't even tell Brent. Brent had no idea that we weren't going to have Dexter until Sunday when we got on the plane. I told him. I didn't want to ruin anybody's Christmas because everybody. I found out Thursday, and I didn't tell anybody until Sunday because I knew what I was dealing with Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I didn't want to put that on my staff. I wanted them to just enjoy their time with their families and have a couple days off there. But nobody flinched. We're confident in Albert, confident in Niles, confident in Jordan, and Dexter did a great job of kind of putting on a coaching hat and being a great teammate. But we pressured the quarterback. We didn't do a good job early. He's a slippery guy, man. And we took some of the easy stuff away. They were really quick passing game, short passing game, a lot of screens. Everything's built off the run. And we took that stuff away and made him hold the ball. But he still popped some on us, up the middle. We didn't do a good job, but we finally kind of settled in, choked our rush down a little bit, and were able to contain him. and get some pressure on him. So the interception in the second half was a big play for us. They had good field position right there, and Nolan Turner's play was huge. But just, Brent and our staff, they do an amazing job. And our secondary, everybody, our secondary's been reading for 3 weeks how terrible they are. I mean, good Lord, we have one, subpar game that you win by 3 touchdowns, and now all of a sudden our secondary's terrible. And I thought they were ready, played well. They took ownership of the plan. We lined up properly, corrected some of the mistakes that we had, earlier in the year.
Question on the aisle on the middle.
Dabo, Pat 40 from Yahoo Sports. You said you have a veteran group, but all of your playmakers other than ancient Hunter Renfro were freshmen and sophomores tonight. How are they so ready to contribute at such a young age?
Well, Justin Ross is just, he's a special talent, and that's why he was one of the top receivers in the country. He's big, he's strong, he's confident, and he's well prepared. He's one of those guys that loves to be coached, and for a young player to make an impact, it takes a certain level of maturity, and he's got that. And Trevor's the same way, physically just beyond what a normal freshman would be. Both of those guys, and just gifted mentally and physically. So that's the biggest thing. And again, their buy-in, their maturity, their love to be coached, and how they prepare. I thought Justin Ross was the early spark. I think he set a bowl record for Clemson with yards per catch. Amazing, what he did, 24 something yards a catch and a couple touchdowns. But our playmakers all stepped up. We're a fun team because we've got this great veteran leadership, with Renfro and the Mitch Hyatts and that group, and then you just got this energy and enthusiasm and eagerness from some of these young guys like Xavier Thomas, Trevor, even Lynn J, even Travis. Travis is just a sophomore. T. Higgins is just a sophomore. So it's a lot of fun to see these guys go out there and compete.
Outside right.
As you were preparing for this game, did you feel like, obviously you played better than Notre Dame tonight. Did you feel like you had 4 touchdowns more talent than Notre Dame? Like, just in terms of the raw material, did you feel like there was a big gap in this one?
I didn't think in any terms of a gap or anything. All I thought about was what we had to do to win the game. I felt like that we were good enough to win, but there was no doubt in my mind Notre Dame's good enough to beat us. We were going to have to play well, and we played well. They're a stingy defense. I think they were one of the top 10 scoring defenses in the country, not giving up many points, hardly ever give up big plays. Big plays were a rarity. I think they had only given up maybe 2 40-yard plays all year, 2 or 3. Is that what it was? And we had, I know we had at least 2 tonight. But they're just really well coached, and I didn't have any, margin of victory in my mind. Our team had a tremendous amount of respect for Notre Dame. This is the best team we've played, the best front we've played. I think their secondary is really good. Those backs are, really good. Those big old receivers they got. I thought they were as complete a team as we've seen. But we won the turnover margin. We won the big play margin, and we finally got the running game going a little bit to support it. And then defensively, I thought we just won in the trenches. Simple as that. And so that's, and in these type of games, all of a sudden the momentum can get rolling against you, and it can, you pop a couple. The 48 seconds with one timeout, that score I thought was critical. That was a huge, huge score right there. But no, we're not. Whatever 30-3. We play that game 10 times. Notre Dame's going to battle us every single time. That's the way it was tonight. And but Notre Dame's a heck of a football team.
On the aisle right.
Coach Trevor Grove, CUTigers.com. It was tough sledding there for Travis in the first half. They were playing with their safeties in a lot. But did you just have the feeling that it was only a matter of time before he broke a big one, and that 62-yard touchdown run tied him for the nation's lead in touchdowns, and also broke Wayne Gallman's single-season rushing record? How special was that for him? Yeah,
it was awesome. So we broke the rushing record for our team, and he broke the single-season rushing record. But yeah, you've got to stay patient. You know, I thought he was a little impatient early. He bounced a couple things that we needed him to not bounce. But you keep giving that ball to number 9. If you give him 15 touches or more, something good's going to happen. And simple as that. And he was close on a couple of them where the safety was the unblocked guy that got him down. But on that 3rd and 1 there, man, he just popped it and he was gone. But that's what he can do, and that's why you just make sure he gets enough touches and you don't give up on it. You stay patient. And I thought our guys did a good job because I think he had 17 yards at the half. We did not run the ball well, but I thought Trevor kind of sparked us a little bit. You know, we had a lot of RPOs where they were giving us things and keeping the ball out of Travis's hands, and then they were giving us some quarterback run, which we took. So their plan was to, you know, try to, you know, bend but not break and try not to give up some of the big plays. Some of the big plays we got were 2 safeties, deep coverage. We just made plays, you know, over the middle and took what was there. And it wasn't like – and then we had a couple where they were manned up, and, you know, the one before the half they played, you know, one-on-one, and our guy made a play. But they played a lot of coverage as well. And we just made the big plays. But it was good to see Travis get going, and we just hung in there with him. We told him at halftime, hey, we're going to stick with it, and we're going to pop one. And so for him to finish with 109 yards at 17 at the half, I think that's all you need to know about that guy. Just keep getting him the ball.
This is going to be the final question for Coach on the left side, 2nd row.
Hannah Rogerson with SB Nation Radio. Nolan Turner had his first career interception today, and you promised his dad you would look after him. On the field, just now he told me that he looks at you as a dad figure, as a father figure. What does that mean to you, just to nurture him in a way that his dad wasn't able to throughout his college career? Yeah, well, you know, it's a blessing that the good Lord's given me that opportunity. And, you know, I know KT, you know, he may not be here in the flesh, but I know he's here in the spirit. There's no doubt, and I know he's bouncing around heaven tonight for sure. Proud of Nolan, but, you know, not bad for an old guy that nobody wanted. You know, he's just a raggedy old guy from Vestavia that nobody wanted except us. And, man, he's a heck of a player. I mean, he's just a sophomore, and, I mean, a really good football player. Made another great play battling to get the ball out, and he's got a bright future. But every time I look at him, I feel like I'm back in 1989 all over again because he's a spitting image of his dad. But, you know, I'm just thankful that the good Lord's given me the opportunity to be a part of his life and to help, you know, fulfill my promise to KT. And I'm just so proud of him. I mean, what he's doing on and off the field, the young man that he is, the brother that he is to his sister and little brother, and the teammate he is, and the football player he's developed into. It's so cool for me. So that was an awesome moment to see him make that play.
Okay, Coach, congratulations on the win, and best of luck next week.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Now, Coach, you can have your coat.
All right, I can have my
Thank
coat.
you. Sorry about
I'm out of jail, huh?
You're out of
All
jail.
right.
Sorry about that.